Be our guest. Be our guest. Put the reviews to the test, huh? Welcome everybody to the TokenPants show. Not much of a show, but we review things here. Today we're reviewing Beauty and the Beast.
Wrong melody.
Tale as old as time. Song as old as rhyme.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah!
You like our shirts? Okay.
That's right, that's right. So we just got back from Beauty and the Beast. If you want a quickie review just to get a feeling of the movie without any spoilers, click to this time code, this time code, this time code, that time code, where it is. I'm Chris, aka Token Hero. This is
The Nancy Pants.
That's alright. Oh, mon cher. Sorry, I feel like Lumiere right now.
Candelabra.
I am a candelabra because I'm always on fire.
I walked right into that one. Boom. Sure did. My fault.
So I thought it was great. What'd you think?
I loved every minute of this movie from beginning to the end. This may be my new Disney, favorite Disney movie. Now, I don't say that lightly because Little Mermaid has a very, very long-standing, undefeated #1 title, and probably still does. But this absolutely blew my mind. Loved it. Loved it.
Gotta say I loved it. Definitely my favorite live-action Disney of the new remakes. Trying everything live action. I friggin' love Jungle Book. I thought Jungle Book was phenomenal, but this movie is definitely the top so far. It took all of the movie songs and put them in there.
I think they did a lot of Broadway music, but not a lot of the Broadway songs, so to speak. I know that they did use some of the music from Broadway, but they didn't use the songs. I know that. The songs that they did use were already in the original Disney animated movie.
Yeah, there were a couple songs in there that I didn't recognize at all.
They were new.
Oh.
So this movie actually had new songs. Songs that are not on Broadway and songs that are not in the original movie. They added these songs to this production, which is amazing.
But that actually brings me to one of the, jumping ahead to the end, Beast does a solo song when he lets Belle go. I didn't like it. I didn't care for it. I thought it was very on the nose. It's like when you go out there and like, I'm sad because she's leaving. It was like too on the nose for me. I would have enjoyed a song she played for me in the car, which you can hear right now. See that? The cool thing about this song that you're hearing right now is that it has this really epic finisher and it crescendos and it uses the Beast's theme in the actual song. The dun, 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 dun. So
the name of this song is If I Can't Love Her, and it's from the Broadway show, the Beauty and the Beast Broadway musical. And the song that the Beast used in this movie, I understand why they did it, because they wanted to be original to this movie. But I wasn't very impressed with the song, but I didn't hate it either. I did feel that the song that you have heard or hearing, don't know, but that one was more emotional. Like you can feel more of his sadness and his loneliness in that song, in the Broadway version of the song, than you could in this movie. At least that's how I felt. I didn't hate it. I just didn't really feel that emotion as you would in this particular song from the Broadway show.
Right.
But I think we should start from the beginning of the movie.
Well, just while we're still on the topic of songs.
But instead of jumping into the end.
While we're still on the topic of songs!
I feel like jumping at the end, we should just start from the beginning.
While I was on top of songs, there was a song from the Broadway musical that I liked. It's right when Gaston goes to see Belle at her home, as before she starts singing.
It's like, can you imagine it?
Yeah,
and then she starts
exactly. Can you imagine, Miss Gaston? And so, but the song before that Gaston sings in the play, I loved, and I thought they could really use it there. Because first of all, Luke Evans was phenomenal as Gaston.
Oh my God, such good casting for this movie.
And I would like to have seen him sing that song. Was it LeFou? Amazing.
Josh Gad. Oh my God. So can I just say, and I don't know, I said it before, casting to this movie was absolute perfection. Josh Gad as LeFou is honestly the best. Now, I do have to address like the whole controversy with this movie of like LeFou being gay. So let me just say this, okay? When I first heard about it, I was like, yeah, LeFou has been gay. In the original animated version, LeFou has an entire song dedicated to Gaston, telling him how awesome and beautiful he is. Now let me tell you, it wasn't just LeFou though, no. He had the entire village know the song. They knew the dances. He had them rehearsing on Saturdays. So I'm just saying.
But I loved him. I thought LeFou was amazing. I really don't like Josh Gad as an actor up until this point. I didn't. There's not anything in that I liked him in.
You didn't like Olaf?
No.
You didn't like Olaf?
No, that doesn't count. Animated films do not count.
Thank you.
Josh Gad, just himself, was not a big fan, man. Until this movie, like I thought he knocked it out of the park.
He did really, really good. He did an amazing job in this. Just acting wise, character wise, it was really good.
I thought it was really interesting. Whoa.
They gave him a lot of dimension because, I mean, comparing LeFou to the animated version and the Broadway version, they gave LeFou in this movie a whole bunch of more character. Because usually he's just portrayed as this goofy, as the village idiot. And in this, they really didn't portray him as such. Which was really nice to see. Instead of just being like, haha, let me fall on my... Yeah, it was really nice to see LeFou have more character, have morals, and just be completely in love with his best friend.
I liked... there's a lot of things I liked in the movie. There were subtle changes throughout the movie. Here and there, like they made Belle live inside the village, like the town instead of
noticed
outside
that
of the
too.
village.
I like that, yeah.
Which kind of makes sense. There were also like little changes here and there that made sense. Like the whole opening of the movie explaining that he wasn't a child and that he was an older adult, and he never answered the door for the enchantress. She just kind of breaks into his window.
Which that too was really nice to see. It was like historically accurate. Like it was. And he was royalty in France. They had like the white wigs and the makeup, and it was nice to see that be historically accurate. Although Stanley Tucci on the piano, I was like, is that Einstein? Who dat? I'm pretty sure it was Einstein on the piano, and then I was like, oh no, I get it. Okay.
There was a bunch of stuff that I liked that they kind of fixed with like plot holes, kind of with the story of like, wait, why did she curse everybody? You know, like that never really made sense. Why this enchantress trying to teach a lesson curses everyone, and then you find out that they move all the extra characters, Lumiere and Cogsworth are all like, we could have stopped him from becoming a monster, but we didn't. We kind of let him become this privileged, mean person. Then they give you even this cool little backstory on the beast that you don't get in the cartoon, the animated movie. And
the Broadway show, it doesn't really explain why he becomes who he is.
Yeah, there were so many really cool things that they did. Like, whenever a petal drops, the castle starts to fall apart. And all of the characters start to get more and more like inanimate objects. And I thought that was cool. Like, that was a really cool addition to the movie.
What I really liked is they explain why this village that's so close to the castle doesn't know about the beast and doesn't know about like magic in general, which was nice to see. And it was because of the enchantress and her making everyone forget like their memories. And so that to me was really nice to see, because now those unanswered questions that you always see on the internet are always like, how can you forget? Like, how do they just ignore them?
Yeah.
And it's because
how do you forget your prince?
I'm swear, before they made this movie, they all went on the internet and they're like, let's find all the unanswered questions and answer them, which is really nice.
It made a lot of sense. There's not much I didn't like. I didn't like the ending song, and the one thing, I did not like was Belle's dress.
Okay, so here I have to say,
hated it.
So, just to be clear, so I am not a huge fan of the new dress. Now, don't get me wrong, I think that the effect of the dress was taken away because of how much advertisement there was for this movie, and because of the release of the dolls and like the clips. I think Disney did a lot of advertising for this movie and kind of ruined a lot of the major points. Like a lot of like the dress reveal was not great because of the fact that they already showed you the dress way before you ever got to see the movie. So that point and that impact wasn't there.
Well, also the impact wasn't there in the movie. They slow-mode... So there's a scene where she goes into her bedroom. They show her bedroom for the first time. And you're supposed to get the grandioseness of this bedroom and how beautiful it is. But instead, the camera pans up towards the ceiling to get this like gold... chandelier type of dressings that are hanging down from the ceiling. It's not like a chandelier. There's these gold things just hanging by themselves on the ceiling.
Yeah, but I don't think by that shot you would have been like, that goes on her dress.
No, that's my point. Is that they focus on that and then they turn the camera 360 degrees and end back at Belle, but you never really saw the rest of the bedroom until later on when when they're walking around in the room. But so it was this really slow-mo shot on the gold, which they call it back, and the reason they did that was because of the end of the movie. They animate the gold, and it all flutters to her dress. So I'm thinking the whole reason behind that dress was for this gold fluttering that they added to it.
No,
I feel like somebody was in the production room was like, I got a great idea! And they're like, yeah, let's do it! Because there was nothing wrong with Belle's dress from you could look at cosplayers that go to Comic-Con and all these places. And these dresses are amazing, and they look beautiful. And that dress did the Comic-Con dress wins hands down.
There's a new video out by Tracy Hines, is that her name? She's like a really big cosplayer, and she has this gorgeous Belle dress. But sorry, off topic. But I mean, there was a lot of things in the movie. I wrote them all down, guys. I was smart. But there's a lot of things in the movie that I really liked, like the graphics of the prince becoming the beast was, I thought, amazing. Like they did such a good job with that, and throughout the movie,
he looked fantastic. Yeah, he was fantastic.
With everyone, being they were, it was really, really nice. Although, can I just say, I'm almost positive there was like a Harry Potter reference.
Where?
In the very beginning, like when the guy was like, oh, I feel like I've forgotten something. She's like, well, what did you forget? And he's like, I can't remember what I've forgotten. And I'm like, I'm sure Neville Longbottom said the same. I probably am like misquoting it, but he said the same line. I'm almost positive.
Harry Potter Easter egg, guys. You heard it here first.
That, and I really like the fact that instead of making Belle's dad the inventor, they made her the inventor. Like she was coming up with different things. Like she was. I mean, they didn't.
Well, I think he was an inventor too. He was an inventor too, but I loved that she took that trait from him and of building and creating things. And I like that. To strike on your point, he wasn't an idiot. Or a fool like he was in the animated film. Yeah. Because the animated film, he was very aloof and very like, ooh, And this one they made him.
Voice.
What?
Do your Mad Hatter voice.
My Mad Hatter's like, oh, Belle, it's a beast up there. Don't. But I love that. I thought he was great. He had a heart to him. He had seriousness. I thought it was awesome.
I really liked, there was a lot of coincidences that just like for me, if I was in that position, I don't know if I would have just like ignored it. Like when her dad rides to the castle and he's like, oh look, there's hay and water conveniently for the horse. I was like, this is an abandoned castle, but there's a corner with hay and water specifically for Philippe. They did use like we mentioned before, they did use a lot of Broadway music in the movie. Although I was kind of disappointed when he was like, "Come to dinner," and she's like, "No," and she doesn't sing the song from the Broadway show, which again I understand why, but she doesn't sing the song where she's like making this her home now because she's a prisoner, which was disappointing. I heard the music. But it was disappointing not to hear her sing it because I was like, oh, this would have been so nice.
I didn't mind. That's another thing, though. all the interactions between Belle and the Beast were awesome.
On
They were
point.
really cool.
On point. You can see their love just like happening, and
This
you're like,
gets me.
oh, yes.
This gets me so excited for the next movies, man. When they finally get to Little Mermaid, Aladdin, you know, like, oh my God, come on!
I can't wait for the Little
Like,
Mermaid.
I hope they get to Atlantis. I would love to see that live action.
What is it? Alanis Race for Treasure Island? Amanda. Also, can I just point out, okay, there's a lot of point outs here, but can I just point out, during Gaston's song, which, amazing choreography, music, everything. What is happening with the bite on LeFou's tummy?
Yeah, that was
Like,
weird.
why? LeFou, let me know. Let me know.
Does it?
No, but there's a couple of times in the movie where they just didn't make sense. Like, when she goes to the West Wing, and she kind of walks to the Beast's bedroom like she knows where she's going.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure the West Wing was just his bedroom.
But still, I would have thought that there would be like an awe effect. Like, this like, oh, I've never been here before. And she was like walking straight through like she knew where she was going.
Yeah.
That was kind of thing. And my two other things, I'm sorry, I have a lot. My two other things, can I just say the Kill the Beast song? I forget how amazing that song is every single time.
Yeah, it's that good.
And when the castle comes back together, everything is beautiful, everyone's happy-go-lucky, but she still left Gaston on the ground. I just want to put that out there.
Yep,
That
sure
she
did.
fixed everything else, and then she was like...
So, a quick review, guys. Fantastic movie, best live action Disney of the old animated films I've seen yet. It was phenomenal.
I absolutely love this movie. Go support it. It's such a good movie, and I can't wait to see what Disney has next. Like, I can't wait to see The Little Mermaid.
My God,
Give
Little
me
Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
Atlantis, Aladdin.
Go watch this movie. It
Anyways,
was so good.
Fantastic, guys!
Bye.
And thanks for being our guest. I'm Chris, this is Nancy, this is the TokenPants review of Beauty and the Beast.
Hey,
Oh, wait,
guys.
come
Like,
on.
subscribe, click the little bell. I love you guys. Bye.
No, come on, do it.
That's
Hurry
it.
up, we
That's
got
it. Don't go with Lindsay Lohan. Don't ruin my life, please.
Oh man, it's gonna be what?
Yeah. She didn't you hear about that?
No.
She sent like a Twitter or an Instagram to Disney and was like, please consider me for the Little Mermaid
Oh,
movie. And I was
whatever.
like, no.
That's
No.
terrible. I ain't gonna hire a crackhead for your no.